and welcome to Star Wars Obsessed. I'm making a second part to Stealing from Galaxy's Edge because I felt like I need to clarify what my statement was, what my point was in the first part, because while I had a lot of comments that were pretty supportive, there were a few that were kind of negative, and I have a feeling they didn't understand my point. I'm going to reiterate that stealing is bad, but my focus in the first video was because of the thievery that is going on at Galaxy's Edge. There is a possibility that Disney would make changes to Galaxy's Edge that would alter the experience, the intended experience for people who would eventually go to Galaxy's Edge. Some comments were basically saying that it's okay to steal from Disneyland because our multi-billion-dollar corporation and everything is so expensive there, and this is some way to recoup costs. Well, the only thing I can respond to that is going to Disneyland is a luxury. You don't have to go, but if you can afford it, then why complain that everything is so expensive? Because you know it's going to be expensive. Now that that's out of the way, I need to admit that I went to Galaxy's Edge. So what I'm going to do is wait until October. Yes, I know I said I would wait until October, but like I said before, that with all the thievery going on, it could change the intended experience. So I was getting really nervous about that. So I decided to go. And it was a fabulous experience. I loved it. I have lots of video and I will eventually post them up on my channel. But I need to make one retraction from Stealing from Galaxy's Edge from the previous video. And I had stated that the coasters at Oga's Cantina were being stolen. Well, after going to Galaxy's Edge, I found out that you can't steal the coasters because they are complimentary. You are able to take them home. And I even asked one of the servers. I saw these coasters, I turned to him and I said, "Are these complimentary?" And he said, "Yes, they are." I said, "Oh my god, I get to take them home." So, here they are. You could take as many as you want. Well, I was there with Gary, so they only gave us two. Two of these wonderful coasters. I got one that's a Bantha, and then this one, which it says 16, and I'm wondering if it's referencing Luke's T-16 Skyhopper, because that even looks like one of the fins from his ship. That is pretty cool. And then that little logo right there, that's on Luke's T-16 Skyhopper. That is really cool. And I think they even have a drink. But then they sent another couple to our table, and she nicely gave me another coaster. She said, "Oh, you might as well have a complete set." So these are the complimentary things. That's okay. Take these. If they're going to give them to you, then take them. But the other things, like the menu at Oga's Cantina, is not complimentary. You cannot take that. And the server even made the point to tell me not to take that after I asked him about this. And what's interesting about the menu is that it had a feel of leather. It was very thick. It was most likely made of paper, but it was done in such a way that it felt like leather. So I can understand why they don't want people taking those menus. And those are what's on eBay, and that is wrong. The same goes for the glasses and the cups that they serve at Oga's Cantina. You cannot take those unless you buy the commemorative ones or buy the souvenirs, which I didn't do. Since the coasters are still there, the official coasters, the menus were still there, the cups and glasses were still there. So was anything changed about my experience at Galaxy's Edge? Yes. Yes, it was. And it was specifically because of the stealing. I went to Docking Bay 7, which is their restaurant, and I went there for lunch, which was fabulous. And we sat down. Wait, I'll let Richard from Galaxy's Edge explain. Alright, so here's what the effect of stealing has done. We are in Docking Bay 7, and this is the place that used to have the metal sporks. And they stopped doing the metal sporks because they kept getting stolen. So now we have to use these regular, ordinary forks. Such a drag. There you go. So, because people kept stealing those sporks, the specific metal sporks that were at Docking Bay 7, they were stealing them so much that they had to replace them with the plain, ordinary forks that we get at home, that we use at home. And I asked one of the workers there, hey, where's the place that uses those metal sporks? Where are they? And I said, are they no longer here anymore because they were being stolen? And he says, yes, because so many were being stolen, we have chosen not to use those sporks anymore. Now an experience at Galaxy's Edge has been altered because people are stealing the things. I get it, it was just lunch, okay? Let me put this down. It was just lunch, I get it. It was just going to eat, but everything in Galaxy's Edge is themed in such a way that everything is different from what you would experience outside in the rest of the Disneyland park. They make sure that every minute detail is different, that you would feel like that you're on Batuu, that you are at the Black Spire Outpost, that you're totally immersed into this experience. And I went all the way down to the littlest details, even just the utensils that you would use to eat. And now that is gone. That little detail is totally gone because people are stealing them. And that is what frustrates me. That's what's angering me, is because of that. Because now I will never have that original experience intended for Galaxy's Edge. Ruined because people have to steal. And that totally sucks. My second rant about stealing at Galaxy's Edge. I had a hypothesis in the first part. I went to Galaxy's Edge and it turned out to be true. So I hope you all understand what I'm talking about, what my point is about stealing at Galaxy's Edge. Thank you for watching Star Wars Obsessed. I'll see you next time.